Hi guys, this is the Audi Q5 Sportback Competition 55 TFSI E Quattro. In this video I want to find out the range in real life driving conditions. I will test the range on the highway to find out the minimum range. Then I will also do a second range test in the city at lower average speeds to know the maximum range. I also wanted to know how long it takes to charge the battery at a public charger. There are different versions of the Audi Q5 Sportback plug-in hybrid available, and this is actually the top of the line sporty competition 55 TFSI E Quattro. It has 367 horsepower and goes from 0 to 100 km per hour in 5.3 seconds. It has a lithium battery with a net capacity of 14.4 kilowatt hours. I'm finding different numbers regarding the WLTP range. The press release says 73 kilometers. The configurator says more than 55 kilometers. So I just share both numbers with you. I will first test the range on the highway. I want to find out the minimum range of this car by testing it at higher average speeds. At the beginning of the drive, the battery is fully charged to 100%. The range indicator is at 52 kilometers. I did the test in August and it was between 19 and 23 degrees during this part of the test. Let's have a look at my results. During the test, the consumption varied between 22.8 kilowatt hours and 23.1 kilowatt hours, and this gives a theoretical range between 52.9 and 55.9 kilometers. I've emptied out the battery to 0%, and the final result on the highway ended up to be a consumption of 23.9 kilowatt hours and 52.7 kilometers of range. Let's now test the range at lower average speeds in the city. I want to find out what the maximum range of this car could be. At the beginning of the drive, the battery is fully charged to 100%. The range indicator is at 53 kilometers. The temperature during this test was between 18 and 19.5 degrees. We are still in August, however, I did the test in the evening. Let's have a look at my results. So I first emptied the battery down to 75% and I drove 17.9 kilometers. Average consumption was 22.9 kilowatt hours, which is on the higher side. The theoretical range would be 57.9 kilometers. This was because I was driving in a big city like Brussels, where you have to stop a lot at traffic lights. All this stop and go driving has an impact on consumption. After that, we are still driving in an urban environment, but with a bit more opportunity for continuous driving. The consumption after this dropped to 20 and 20.5 kilowatt hours, giving a theoretical range of around 67 kilometers. I emptied the battery all the way down to 0%, and the range ended up to be 64.4 kilometers. Let's now find out how long it takes to charge the battery. This battery has a net capacity of 14.4 kilowatt hours. The maximum charging speed of this car is 7.4 kilowatt. Audi says it takes around 2.5 hours to charge the battery. I tested this at a public charger in Brussels and it took 2 hours and 45 minutes. The charger had more than enough charging speed, 22 kilowatt, but the onboard charger has a speed of 7.4 kilowatt, so this is what we got. I get a lot of questions regarding fuel consumption on an empty battery. I've driven 86 kilometers on the highway at 120 kilometers per hour with an empty battery, and the consumption was 8.2 liters. In conclusion, I can say that the range of the Audi Q5 Sportback Competition 55 TFSI E Quattro is somewhere between 52.7 and 64.4 kilometers based on similar driving conditions and measured during temperatures between 18 and 23 degrees. When the temperature changes, for example during the winter, you will probably get different results. I hope I was able to answer some questions you might have about this car. If you want to know more, I already published my daytime and night point of view videos. Subscribe if you want to be notified about these future videos.